Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto led the nation on Thursday in marking the annual National Prayer Breakfast, which was held at the Parliament grounds. The event, pegged on the theme "A Hopeful Future," lasted for more than 4 hours and was conducted with conformity to COVID-19 guidelines. This as the year-long coronavirus pandemic and political tensions in the country made up a huge chunk of issues highlighted in the event. Here is TV47's David Mudoka with the detail.
After a year-long hiatus owing to disruptions caused by the coronavirus outbreak, the National Prayer Breakfast was held on Thursday at the Parliament grounds as top government officials led the nation in marking the annual event. Among them were President Uhuru Kenyatta and his deputy William Ruto, who in a rare face-to-face meeting since the start of the year oversaw the country mark its 18th National Prayer Breakfast, which is traditionally held on the last Thursday of May. It was the first time, however, the event was being held since the coronavirus disease struck, with the brutal impact of the pandemic on the country's economy and health sector a major highlight in the televised event.
Mr. President, we do not envy the balancing act you've had to do between lives and livelihoods in the management of this disease, and we commend you for what you've done. However, we note that in fact the need to have this balancing act is largely a product of poverty.
So far, millions of Kenyans have reportedly lost their jobs, with thousands more falling victim to the coronavirus disease. Among those who lost the COVID-19 battle was the Prayer Breakfast's co-chair Paul Koinange, with the attendees of Thursday's event observing a 1-minute silence in honor of the late Kiambaa lawmaker.
Let me speak life to you.
Pegged on the theme "A Hopeful Future," the event, however, quickly turned into a platform for COVID-19 triumph narrations, with Busia Senator Amos Wako having had a brush with death, revealing that the COVID-19 enemy is indeed beatable.
Your chances of survival and successfully beating COVID-19 are much higher in early detection. If you delay, it becomes very dangerous.
Another highlight of the prayer event will be the rise in political tensions in the country, brought about by the BBI debacle at the High Court, the rift between the once dynamic duo of President Kenyatta and Deputy President William Ruto, as well as a spike in social ills perceived to be perpetrated in public offices.
Integrity is answering affirmatively the question, did I do my best? Because there is never a good reason for not doing your best.
But the president and his deputy insisted that the ship has steadied, while terming the event as a breath of fresh air in the arduous path to recovery.
Prayers that have been said today are all prayers that are geared to giving us our hope back.
In whatever plan, in whatever agenda, in whatever mission, have God in the equation.
Thursday's event was President Kenyatta's penultimate prayer breakfast as the head of state, with less than 14 months to his retirement. Coming in the backdrop of an economic and political meltdown occasioned by the COVID-19 pandemic, the 18th edition of the National Prayer Breakfast is set to be a fresh start for a country in need of one. David Mudoka, TV47 at Parliament Grounds, Nairobi.